The dark cell was cold. Tai opened his eyes slowly. His head hurt. His arms hurt. Everything hurt. "Subject is awake," a voice said. Tai tried to sit up. He could not move. Thick metal bands held his arms and legs to a hard table. He was naked except for a thin cloth over his lower body. The room around him was not like any room he had seen before. The walls glowed with a soft blue light. Strange tools hung from the ceiling. They looked sharp, dangerous. 3 beings stood near him. They were not human. They were tall and thin with gray skin that looked like it might be wet. Their eyes were large and black. They had no hair. Their fingers were too long. "Where am I?" Tai asked. His voice was rough. His throat was dry. The tallest alien stepped closer. "It speaks." "Good." The alien's mouth did not move when it talked. The words seemed to come from inside Tai's head. Tad remembered now. The attack on the Earth colony, the flashes of light, the screams. He had been a soldier, defending the small outpost on Mars too. The aliens had come without warning. They had taken him. Only him. "Why am I here?" Tai asked. The tall alien touched a screen floating in the air. "I am Dr. Krell of the Dakri Confederacy. You are here to serve a purpose." Another alien moved closer. It held something that looked like a needle, but it glowed with an inner light. "Humans are interesting," Dr. Krell said. "Your species adapts quickly. You survive in places where you should die. Your bodies fight disease better than any species we have found. These traits make you valuable." Tai pulled against the bands holding him down. They did not move. Dr. Krell continued. "The Dakri Confederacy rules 57 star systems. We have conquered every enemy we have faced. Do you know how?" Ta did not answer. He was looking for a way out. There was none. "We win through superior biology," Dr. Krell said. "We create weapons from living things. We change them, improve them. Then we use them to defeat our enemies." The alien with the needle moved to Ta's side. It pressed the glowing tip against his arm. Pain shot through his body. He screamed. "But we have reached the limits of what we can do," Dr. Krell said, watching as Ta's body shook with pain. "Until we found humans. You are the key to our next evolution of weapons." The pain faded. Ta gasped for air. He felt something moving inside his veins, something that burned. "What did you put in me?" he asked. "The future," Dr. Krell said. "We have modified your genetic structure. We will see how your body responds. If you survive, we will learn much." Days passed, maybe weeks. Ta lost track of time. The aliens came often. They cut him. They injected him with things that made his blood feel like fire. They took samples of his tissues. They watched him heal. And heal he did, faster each time. Cuts that should have taken days to close were gone in hours, then minutes. "Remarkable," Dr. Krell said after one test. "The subject cells are not just accepting our modifications, they are improving upon them." Ta noticed other changes too. He could hear the aliens talking even when they were far away. He could see in the dark. He felt stronger despite the lack of food and exercise. One night, as he lay strapped to the table, Tai heard Dr. Krell speaking to someone new. "This human is exceeding all expectations," Dr. Krell said. "The High Command is pleased. When we perfect the process, we will create an army unlike any seen before. The remaining human colonies will fall quickly. Then the Omicron sector will be next." Tai closed his eyes. They were planning to use what they learned from him to attack Earth. To attack all humans. He had to escape. He had to warn everyone. But first, he had to survive. And get stronger. He would be patient. He would let the aliens continue their tests. He would let them make him into a weapon. Then he would show them their mistake. 3 months passed. Tai's body changed more each day. The bands that once held him tight now felt loose against his growing muscles. His mind was sharper too. He could understand the Dekri language now, picking it up from the thoughts they pushed into his head. Dr. Krull was pleased. The subject has surpassed all expectations, he told the other scientists. Its strength has increased by 10 times. Its healing rate has improved by 800%. What Dr. Krull did not know was that Tai was smarter now too, much smarter. He watched the guards, learning their patterns. He studied the doors, how they opened and closed. He listened to conversations about the ship they were on. He was waiting for his chance. That chance came when the lights flickered one day. Tai heard alarms in distant parts of the ship. Power fluctuation in Sector 7. A voice said over a speaker, "All non-essential systems will reset." The bands holding Ta suddenly went slack. Just for a moment. But a moment was all he needed. With one powerful pull, he broke free of the right arm band. Then the left. Then his legs. Before the backup systems could activate, he was standing on the cold floor, free for the first time in months. The door to his cell slid open. A guard rushed in, holding a weapon that shot electricity. Todd moved faster than he ever had before. His hand grabbed the guard's arm and twisted. Bones snapped. The guard fell. Tai took the weapon and the guard's uniform. It was too small, but it covered him. He stepped into the hallway. 2 more guards saw him. They raised their weapons. Tai felt something new inside him, a cold, clear focus. He dodged the first shot. The second shot hit his shoulder but healed almost instantly. He fired the electric weapon twice. Both guards fell. Containment breach. A voice shouted over the speakers. Human subject has escaped. All personnel to alert status. Ta ran through the halls. His new mind remembered every turn from the times they had moved him for tests. He headed for the ship base. He needed to get off this ship. Red lights flashed. Doors began to close automatically. Ta slid under one just before it shut. He could hear many feet running behind him. Finally, he reached the ship bay. 5 small scout ships sat ready. Guards stood at the entrance, firing at him as he appeared. Ta felt the shots hit him. The pain was there, but distant. The wounds closed almost as fast as they opened. He fired back, dropping 3 guards. Then he ran for the nearest scout ship. The door was locked. He punched it with his new strength. The metal dented. He punched again. The door broke open. Inside, he found controls similar to ones he had seen on human ships. His enhanced mind figured them out quickly. The engine started with a low hum. "Stop the human," Dr. Krull's voice echoed through the bay. "Do not let him leave." More guards poured in, firing weapons. The small ship's hull absorbed the hits. Tai activated the launch sequence. The bay doors began to open to space. The small ship shot forward, out of the Dekri vessel and into open space. Alarms blared. Larger ships turned to pursue him. Tai checked the navigation system. He needed to go somewhere they couldn't follow. The ship's computer showed an uncharted region nearby. Perfect. He pushed the engines to maximum speed. The stars blurred around him. The Dekri ships followed, gaining slowly. Then Ta saw it. A small blue-green planet in the uncharted space. He aimed for it, pushing the damaged ship even harder. Behind him, the Dekri ships fired. A blast hit his engine. Warnings flashed across the control panel. The ship began to shake. Emergency landing protocols engaged, the ship's computer said. Ta strapped himself in as the small craft plunged toward the planet's surface. The last thing he saw before impact was a vast forest rushing up to meet him. Then darkness. Pain woke Ta. His head throbbed. He tasted blood. The ship was dark and twisted around him. Smoke filled the air. He pushed against the straps, holding him to the seat. They broke easily. His new strength was still with him. Something dripped into his eyes. Blood. A deep cut crossed his forehead. But even as he touched it, he could feel it closing. The Dekri changes to his body were still working. Ta kicked the broken door of the ship. It flew off into the trees. He stepped out into bright sunshine. The air smelled clean and fresh. Trees like nothing he had seen before surrounded him. The leaves were purple, not green. The trunks were smooth and white. "Where am I?" he whispered. A sound made him turn fast. He crouched, ready to fight. From behind the trees, people appeared. At least, they looked almost like people. They walked on two legs and had two arms. They had faces like humans, but their skin was light blue. Their hair was white. Their eyes were large and golden. They carried spears and bows. They wore simple clothes made from animal skins. They looked at Tai with fear and wonder. Tai raised his hands to show he had no weapons. "I mean no harm," he said, though he knew they would not understand him. One of them stepped forward, a female. She was smaller than the others, but moved with confidence. She wore a necklace of small stones and carried a bag at her side. She spoke words Tai could not understand. Her voice was soft. She pointed to his head, where the cut had been. "It's healed," Ta said, touching his forehead. "I heal fast now." The female's eyes widened. She approached slowly, the others watching nervously. She reached out and touched Ta's forehead. When she pulled her hand back, she looked at the blood on her fingers with wonder. She spoke again and motioned for Tai to follow her. He hesitated, then nodded. What choice did he have? The ship was broken. He was on a strange world. He needed help. The village was not far. Simple huts made of wood and animal skins stood in a circle around a central fire. Children stopped playing to stare at Ta. Older people came out of their homes. They whispered and pointed. The female led Ta to a larger hut at the far side of the village. Inside, it was warm and smelled of herbs. She pointed to a bed of soft furs and motioned for him to sit. "Thank you," Ta said. She touched her chest. "Ian," she said clearly. Tai understood. It was her name. He touched his own chest. "Ta," he replied. Ian smiled. Her teeth were white like a human's. "Ta," she repeated. She brought him water in a wooden cup. It tasted sweet and clean. Then she mixed some herbs in a bowl and gently applied the paste to the scrapes and cuts on his arms. She seemed amazed when she noticed some were already healing. That night, Ta sat by the village fire. The people, the Mendorans, he learned they were called, shared their food with him. It was strange but good. They watched him with curious eyes, but no longer seemed afraid. Ta looked up at the stars. They formed patterns he had never seen before. He was very far from Earth. The Dakri ships would not find him here. He was safe, at least for now. In the days that followed, Ta began to learn the Mendoran language. Un taught him, pointing to objects and saying their names. She was a healer, he realized. That's why she had been so interested in his wounds. His body continued to change. He grew stronger each day. His senses became sharper. He could hear conversations from across the village. He could see in the dark as if it were day. And deep inside his altered DNA, something waited, something the Dekri had created but could not control. Seasons passed on Mendora. The purple leaves fell and grew back twice. Ta learned the Mendoran language well. He could speak with everyone now. He helped the village hunt. He built stronger huts. He taught them how to make better tools. Every day, Yun and Ta spent time together. She showed him the plants of Mendora. Which ones healed, which ones made good food, which ones were poison. He told her about Earth, about the stars, about machines that could fly. "Your world sounds like magic," Yun said one evening as they sat by the river. "The twin moons of Mendora made the water shine like silver." "Not magic, just science," Tai explained. "Humans built things for many years. We learned how the world works." Yun touched his hand. Her blue skin against his tan skin looked strange but nice. "You are different from when you first came," she said. She was right. Tai was taller now, stronger. His senses were so sharp he could hear a leaf fall from across the village. His mind worked faster than ever before. The Dakri changes had not stopped. I was changed, he said. He had not told anyone the full truth. Bad people did things to me. They wanted to make me into a weapon. Yun was not afraid. But you are good, she said simply. That night, Ta dreamed of Dr. Krell and the pain of the experiments. He woke with a shout. Yun was there, in his hut, placing a cool cloth on his head. Bad dreams come to all, she said softly. Ta looked at her in the soft light of the small fire. Why are you here? To care for you, she said, as you have cared for our village. She stayed that night, and the next. Soon, her hut was empty. All her things were with Ta's things. The village elders nodded when they walked together. This was their way. When two people chose each other, they became a pair. In the summer, they had a joining ceremony. The whole village celebrated for 3 days. There was music and dancing. Un wore flowers in her white hair. Ta wore the special coat the village women had made for him. In my world, we call this marriage, Ta told Yun as they sat together in their hut that night. In our world, it is the pair bond, she replied. Two become one. From now until the stars fade. Life was good. Ta almost forgot about the Dakri, about the experiments, about the danger that might still be searching for him across space. Winter came. The days grew short. Yun began to feel sick in the mornings. The older women smiled when she told them. You carry a child, they said. A new life grows in you. Ta was excited but worried. No human and Mendoran had ever had a child before. Would it be healthy? Would it be safe? Would the Dakri changes in his body affect it? All will be well, Yun said when he shared his fears. This child is a gift from the world. As the months passed, Yun's belly grew round. Ta could hear the heartbeat of the growing baby with his enhanced hearing. But something was strange. He heard 2 heartbeats, not one. There are 2, he told Yun one night, placing his hand on her stomach. The village healer confirmed it. Twins, she said with awe. Very rare, very special. What no one knew was that Tae's changed cells had been affecting Yun. Through their close contact, tiny parts of his altered DNA had entered her body. Small changes happened in her too. She was stronger now. Sickness never touched her. Small cuts healed quickly. And the babies growing inside her were not just a mix of human and Mendoran. They carried the Dakri changes too. Something new was forming. Something the galaxy had never seen before. On a warm spring night, Yun's time came. The village women gathered in the hut. Ta waited outside, listening to his wife's cries of pain. Then another sound. The cry of a baby. Then another. Come, the old healer called to him. Meet your children. Ta entered the hut. Bun looked tired but happy. In her arms were 2 small bundles, one with a tiny fist raised, the other with eyes already open. A boy and a girl, Yun said. Jin and Hua. Ta looked at his children. Their skin was a pale blue like their mother's, but with a hint of pink underneath. Their eyes were golden but flecked with his brown. Their tiny bodies seemed to glow with health and strength. Perfect, he whispered. But deep down, he wondered what they would become. Jin and Hua were not like other children. By 1 month, they could hold their heads up and look around with clear, intelligent eyes. By 3 months, they were crawling. By 6 months, they walked and talked in simple words. The village watched in wonder. Some were afraid. Others thought it was a blessing from the sky gods. They grow so fast, Yun said as she watched 5-year-old Jin lift a log that grown men struggled to move. Too fast, Tae replied. He understood now what the Dakri had truly done to him. His changed DNA had passed to his children, but stronger, more perfect. Hua, the girl, was quick and clever. By age 6, she knew all the healing plants that had taken years to learn. She could read the weather from the clouds and stars. She could speak to animals in a way that made them calm and friendly. Jin, the boy, was strong and brave. He could run faster than any adult. He could hear sounds from far away. He could see in the dark as if it were day. He never got sick or hurt. Both children had skin that shimmered slightly in the sunlight. Their eyes changed color with their moves, gold when happy, deep blue when sad, bright green when excited. The other village children were kind but confused. They could not keep up with Jin and Hua in games or learning. Soon, only Tai could teach his children what they needed to know. "Why are we different?" Hua asked her father one day as they walked in the forest. Tai had been waiting for this question. "Because I am different," he said. "I came from far away. My body was changed by bad people. Those changes are in you, but better." "Are we bad too?" Jin asked. He had joined them, moving silently through the trees as Ta had taught him. "No," Ta said firmly. "The changes are not bad, only how they are used. I teach you to use your gifts to help, not hurt." As the twins turned 10, they had mastered every skill in the village. Jin could build a hut in one day by himself. Hua could heal sicknesses that had always been deadly before. But Ta grew worried. His children were still changing, still growing in power. And worse, he sometimes felt a strange signal in his mind, like someone far away was looking for him. The Dekri had not forgotten. "We need to prepare," Ta told Ilan one night after the children were asleep. "For what?" she asked. "For the day they come looking for me. For us. For the children." Ilan nodded. She understood now the danger. Ta had told her everything about the Dekri. "What can we do?" "Train. Build. Hide when we must. Fight when we must." The next day, Ta took Jin and Hua deep into the forest. In a hidden valley, he began to teach them things he had learned as a soldier on Earth. How to move silently. How to make weapons. How to fight. How to hide. How to survive. "Why do we need to know this?" Hua asked. "Because someday bad people might come here. They will want to take us away. To study us. To use us as weapons." The twins were serious as they practiced. They learned quickly. Too quickly. By age 15, they were better fighters than Tai had ever been, even with his enhancements. One spring morning, when the twins were 16, Jin came running to Ta. His eyes were bright green with excitement. "Father, Hua and I have something to show you." Ta followed his son to their secret training place. Hua stood there, her hands raised to the sky. Around her, small rocks floated in the air. "She can move things without touching them," Jin said proudly. "And I can feel what others are thinking. Not clear words, but feelings. Intentions." Ta stared in wonder and fear. The Dekri changes were evolving in his children, becoming something new. Something beyond what even Dr. Krell had imagined. "We are ready," Jin said. "If they come, we will protect our home." Ta looked at his son and daughter. They were no longer children. They were the first of something new. And soon, they would not be the only ones. 20 years had passed since Tide crashed on Mendora. The village had grown. Jin and Hua were now adults. Both had found mates among the Mendorans. Jin had married Da, a quiet woman who made beautiful clothes. Hua had married Mun, a man who could count the stars and predict their movements. And there were more children now. Jin and Dai had 3. Hua and Mun had 2. These children, the third generation, grew even faster than Jin and Hua had. By age 3, they could run as fast as adult Mendorans. By age 5, they showed new powers. Sun, Jin's oldest, could hear thoughts clearly. Yun, Hua's daughter, could heal with just a touch. Tai watched his grandchildren with pride and fear. The Dekri changes were growing stronger with each generation. One quiet morning, Jin came running to Ta's hut. His eyes were deep blue with worry. "Father, I felt something in the sky. Many minds, coming closer. Cold minds. Hungry minds." Ta felt his heart freeze. He had known this day would come. How long? he asked. Before sunset, Jin said. Ta called a meeting. All the hybrids gathered, Jin and Hua, their mates, and the 5 grandchildren. Even the youngest understood the danger. The Dekri have found us, Ta said. They will land soon. They want to take us, to study us, to use us as weapons. We must be ready. They had prepared for this. Deep in the forest, they had built hidden shelters, places to hide the young ones and the regular Mendorans, places to fight from if needed. By midday, the village was empty. Only Tai, Jin, Hua, and the adult hybrids remained in the open. As the sun began to set, they saw it, a dark shape against the orange sky. A Dakri ship, much bigger than Ta's small scout ship had been. It landed in the field outside the village. The door opened. Dr. Krull stepped out. He looked the same as Tai remembered. Tall, gray, cold black eyes. Behind him came 10 soldiers in armor, carrying weapons. Subject T-137. Dr. Krull said, seeing Ta, you have led us on a long chase. Ta stepped forward. My name is Tai, he said. This is my home now. Leave us in peace. Dr. Krull's eyes moved to Jin and Hua. Interesting. You have reproduced. The genetic modifications have transferred. Excellent. We will take samples from all of you. No, Ta said. You will leave. Now. Dr. Krull made a small gesture. The soldiers raised their weapons. You misunderstand. This is not a request. You are Dakri property. Your offspring are Dakri property. You will come with us for study. Jin moved to stand beside his father. Hua joined on the other side. Ta could feel their anger, their readiness to fight. Dr. Krull seemed surprised. You believe you can resist. Even with the modifications, you are no match for Dakri technology. As if to prove his point, 2 more ships appeared in the sky. They landed nearby. More soldiers poured out. Last chance, Dr. Krull said. Come willingly, or we will take you by force. Ta looked at his children. They nodded. It was time. Now, Ta shouted. Hua raised her hands. A wave of invisible force knocked the closest soldiers off their feet. Jin closed his eyes. The soldiers began to scream, dropping their weapons to hold their heads in pain as Jin attacked their minds. From the forest, more hybrids appeared. The grandchildren, moving so fast, they were blurs. They took down soldiers with strength no child should have. Dr. Krull stepped back in shock. What have you become? He whispered. One soldier fired his weapon. A bolt of energy hit Jin in the shoulder. He fell. Day screamed and ran to him. Another soldier aimed at her. Before he could fire, something happened. Sun, Jin's 7-year-old boy, screamed in rage. A wave of pure energy burst from his small body. The soldier who had shot Jin simply came apart. His body broke into dust. Everyone froze in shock. Even Dr. Krull stared in horror. Retreat, he ordered. Back to the ships. The remaining soldiers ran. Some made it. Others fell to the hybrids' attacks. As Dr. Krull reached his ship, he turned to look at Ta. This is not over, he said. The High Command will send more ships, an entire fleet if needed. What we created, we will control. The ships took off, rising quickly into the darkening sky. Ta looked at his family. Jin was already healing, the wound closing before his eyes. Sun stood trembling, scared of his own power. They will come back, Hua said. Ta nodded. Yes. And next time, they will come ready for a war. We cannot just wait for them to come back, Jin said. 3 days had passed since the Dekri attack. The hybrid family sat in a circle around a fire, deep in the forest. Ta nodded. You are right. We must take the fight to them. Hua looked up from tending to her youngest child. How? We have no ships. Ta smiled. Not true. We have their ships. During the battle, 2 Dakri soldiers had been killed when their small scout ship crashed at the edge of the forest. The ship was damaged, but not destroyed. "Can we fix it?" Mun asked. "Yes," Ta said. "With Wa's powers and our combined knowledge, we can make it fly again." For the next week, they worked on the ship. Wa used her mind to move parts too heavy to lift. Jin used his mental powers to understand the Dekri technology. The children helped with their unique abilities. Sun could feel how the energy should flow through the ship's systems. Yun could see weak spots in the metal that needed repair. Finally, the ship hummed to life. "It works," Ta said, his voice filled with pride. "But it's small. It can only carry 5 of us." They chose carefully. Ta would go because he knew the Dakri. Jin would go for his fighting skill and mental powers. Wa would go to repair the ship if needed. Sun would go because his power was the strongest. And Yun would go to heal any injuries. The plan was simple but dangerous. They would fly to the nearest Dekri outpost, which Ta remembered from his time as a prisoner. They would get information about Dekri plans. Then they would destroy the outpost to buy more time. On the morning of their departure, Yun hugged Ta tightly. "Return to me," she whispered. "Always," he promised. The ship rose into the sky. Ta felt strange to be flying again after so many years. His hands remembered the controls as if it had been only yesterday. "The outpost is near a red star," Ta told Jin, who sat beside him. "About 2 days of travel at this ship's speed." As they flew through space, Tai told stories of Earth to pass the time. He told of great cities and vast oceans, of the moon landing and the Mars colonies. The children listened with wide eyes, trying to imagine a world so different from Mendora. On the second day, they saw it, a small space station orbiting a red star. "The Dekri outpost. They will detect us soon," Ta said. "Ready yourselves." Jin closed his eyes, extending his mental powers. 23 minds on board. All Dakri. They have not seen us yet. Ta guided the ship to a blind spot near the station's dock. Wa used her powers to open a sealed door. They floated in, wearing spacesuits taken from the Dekri ship. Inside, alarms began to sound. "They know we're here," Sun said, his small face serious inside his too big helmet. A door opened. 3 Dakri guards appeared, weapons ready. Before they could fire, Jin hit them with a mental blast. They fell, screaming. "This way," Ta said, remembering the layout of Dekri stations. "The control room will have the information we need." They moved through the corridors, meeting resistance. Sun's power flared twice more, turning Dekri to dust. Yun healed a burn on Wa's arm from a Dakri weapon. Finally, they reached the control room. 5 Dakri technicians turned in shock. Jin froze them with his mind. "Get the information," Ta told Wa. "Find out their plans." Wa placed her hands on the Dekri computer. Her mind could connect with machines now, a new evolution of her power. Her eyes glowed as data flowed into her. "They are coming," she said, her voice distant. "A fleet of 20 ships. Weapons designed to capture us alive. They want to study us, breed us, create an army from our kind." "When?" Tai asked. 10 days, Wa replied. "They are gathering now." Ta nodded grimly. "We need to destroy this station. It will delay them." Sun stepped forward. "I can do it," he said. "But we need to get back to the ship first." They retreated, fighting their way back. Once in their ship, they pulled away from the station. Sun stood at the viewport, looking at the Dekri outpost. He raised his small hands. His eyes turned bright white. Energy poured from him, a beam of pure force. It hit the station. Metal tore. Explosions bloomed in silence across the structure. The station broke apart, pieces floating away into space. Sun collapsed into his mother's arms. "Did I do good?" he asked weakly. Jin stroked his son's hair. "Yes, you did good." Ta set course for Mendora. They had struck a blow against the Dakri. but the real war was just beginning. The journey back to Mendora was quiet. Sun slept most of the way, tired from using his power. Hwa sat with her eyes closed, sorting through the information she had taken from the Dekri computers. "Father," she said suddenly, "I need to show you something." Ta moved to sit beside her. Hwa placed her hands on his temples. Images flooded his mind. Dekri research rooms, labs filled with strange equipment, and something else, records going back thousands of years. "What is this?" Ta asked when she removed her hands. "The truth," Hwa said. "The Dekri have been hunting humans for a very long time." That night, as the others slept, Hwa explained what she had learned. The Dekri had visited Earth many times throughout history. They had taken humans, tested them, studied their DNA. But why? Jin asked. He had woken and joined them. "Because human DNA is special," Hwa said. "It can adapt quickly to changes. It can heal itself. It can evolve in ways other species cannot." Ta remembered Dr. Krull's words from years ago. Your species adapts quickly. You survive in places where you should die. They tried many times to create successful hybrids. Hwa continued. All failed, until you, father. You were the first to survive the changes. Tai felt cold. So I was not random. They chose me carefully. Yes, Hwa said. They had studied your family line for generations. But there was more. Hwa had found older records, hidden deep in the Dekri systems. Records that told an even stranger story. The Dekri were not always as they are now, she said. Long ago, they were a peaceful species. Then another race came. A race even older and more advanced. They did to the Dekri what the Dekri tried to do to humans. What do you mean? Jin asked. They changed the Dekri, made them into weapons. The Dekri fought for their masters, conquered worlds for them, until one day the Dekri grew too strong. They turned on their masters and destroyed them. Tai sat in shocked silence. The Dekri were bioweapons too, he whispered. Yes, Hwa said. And their masters were also created by someone else, long before. It is a cycle. Creators make weapons. Weapons become creators. It has happened many times across the galaxy. As they neared Mendora, they saw something that made their hearts sink. 3 Dekri ships in orbit around the planet. They found us again, Jin said. No, Tai replied, looking at the scanner. These are not warships. They are research vessels. Hwa's eyes glowed as she reached out with her mind. They are taking samples, she said. From the air, the water, the plants. They want to know why this planet helped us adapt so well. They landed in the forest, far from the village. The rest of their family met them there. Yun hugged Ta tightly. What did you find? She asked. Tai told everyone what Hwa had discovered. About the Dekri's long interest in humans. About the ancient cycle of weapons becoming creators. So what do we do now? Mun asked. Fight them until one side is gone. No, Ta said. Fighting will only continue the cycle. We need to break it. How? Jin asked. Hwa stepped forward. I have an idea, she said. The Dekri changed Father's DNA. That DNA changed us. We are evolving into something new, something beyond what the Dekri imagined. And? Tai asked. What if we could change the Dekri? Hwa said. Not destroy them, but transform them. Break the cycle by making them part of it. Silence fell as everyone considered this idea. Is that possible? Yun asked. Sun, who had been quiet, spoke up. Yes, he said. His voice was stronger now. I can feel it. Our DNA wants to spread, wants to grow, wants to change things. Ta looked at his grandchildren. Their eyes glowed slightly in the dark forest. In them, he saw the future, not just of humans or Mendorans or Dekri, but of something entirely new. Then we have a new plan, he said. Not destruction, but transformation. A full Dekri fleet arrived 7 days later. 20 large ships filled the sky above Mendora. The village was empty again. All the hybrids and their Mendoran friends hid deep in the mountain caves. Dr. Krell led the first landing party. This time he brought 100 soldiers with special weapons, nets that could block the hybrids' powers, gas that could make them sleep. Find them all, Dr. Krell ordered. The original subject, his offspring, and especially the third generation. The High Command wants them alive. The soldiers spread through the forest. They checked the village. They searched the river banks. They found nothing. What they did not know was that 3 small ships had already left Mendora. Each carried members of the hybrid family. They had a plan. Jin led one ship to the main Dakri colony world. Hua took another to the Dakri home planet. Sun, now stronger after rest, took the third to the largest Dakri space station. On each ship, the hybrids carried something special, a mist made from their own cells. Sun had used his power to change these cells. They were designed to spread, to float in the air, to be breathed in by anyone nearby. Jin's ship reached the colony first. He released the mist into the air systems. It spread quickly through the colony's domes. Thousands of Dakri breathed it in without knowing. Hua reached the Dakri homeworld next. She flew low over the largest cities, releasing the mist. Wind carried it far and wide. Sun's task was hardest. The space station had strong defenses, but he could move things with his mind now, just like his mother. He guided the mist through tiny cracks in the station's outer shell. Back on Mendora, Ta waited with Dr. Krell's search party. The Dakri were growing frustrated. They could not find any hybrids. Then Ta stepped out from behind a tree, alone. "Looking for me?" he asked. Dr. Krell spun around. "Subject T-137. Where are the others?" "Gone," Ta said. "Beyond your reach." Dr. Krell's black eyes narrowed. "No matter. We have you, and we will find them eventually." As soldiers surrounded Ta, Dr. Krell received an urgent message from his ship. He listened, then looked at Ta with shock. "What have you done?" he asked. "Reports are coming in from across Dakri space. Our people are changing." Ta smiled. "Breaking the cycle," he said. The first changes were small. Dakri scientists noticed their skin becoming less gray, their black eyes developing colors, their thoughts becoming less cold, less focused on conquest. Within days, it spread to the military. Dakri soldiers began to question orders. Some refused to fight. Others simply walked away from their posts. A month later, Dr. Krell himself began to change. His mind opened. He could feel the thoughts of others now. He understood their pain, their hopes. For the first time in his long life, he felt sorry for what he had done. He found Ta in the village where the hybrids had returned. "You could have destroyed us," Dr. Krell said. "That would have continued the cycle," Ta replied. "Weapon becomes creator. Creator makes new weapons. We chose a different path." Dr. Krell looked different now. His skin had a blue tint. His eyes showed flecks of gold. "What are we becoming?" he asked. "Something new," Ta said. "Not Dakri, not human, not Mendoran. Something that might break the ancient pattern." In the years that followed, the changes spread throughout Dakri space. The Confederacy fell as its people lost interest in war and conquest. New societies formed, based on cooperation rather than control. Jin and Hui's children had children of their own. The 4th generation showed even more remarkable abilities. They could travel through space without ships, simply by thinking of where they wanted to go. They could heal entire ecosystems with a touch. They could speak across vast distances with only their minds. And they spread peacefully to more worlds. Wherever they went, change followed. Ta lived to see his great-grandchildren born. In his final years, as he looked up at the stars with Yun beside him, he thought about the strange path his life had taken. The Dakri had tried to make him into a weapon. Instead, he had become the father of a new kind of peace, The first human bioweapon had escaped, and in breeding had transformed the galaxy forever.